Hi, Kelly Eckholt here to update you on the key events of the week. So this week we got some interesting reads on the jobs market, business confidence, and also an update from the Minister of Finance on how that budget is shaping up for later this month. On the jobs front, we've seen some tentative signs of jobs growth emerge. In the last 3 months, jobs have increased by about 0.25% nationally, with jobs growth being much stronger out there in the regions compared to the major urban areas. That gels pretty well with the story that we've been telling for a while, that it's the regions that are stronger than the cities, and that's because they're better leveraged to improvements in commodity prices and improved tourism. In that regard, on commodity prices, we saw another well-supported dairy auction this week where prices rose again. Next week, we're going to be getting the Q1 labour market reports, and we've put out our preview where we suggest that we're expecting a further rise in the unemployment rate from 5.1 to 5.3%. And the story there is that despite the fact that there's some small jobs growth, it's not large enough to offset stronger growth in the working age population. On business confidence, we actually had a pretty decent read considering the weaker data that we've seen emerge globally as a result of the tariff dramas. But we did see in that result that for those that filled out the survey later in the month, they were a lot more negative. So we really have to watch this space to see how that's really going to shape out in terms of the impact on businesses here. With respect to the budget, we've basically got a very austere message from the Minister this week. She's cut the operating spending allowances quite significantly, and that's because she sees weaker revenue growth coming from that global slowdown, and she still wants to make room for spending priorities in defence, education and health. So that basically means it's still going to be tough times for Wellington for a while yet. I'll be back to update you again next week.